Good morning. I am late. I'm so sorry. Definitely was on a go slow this morning. But I'm only 6 minutes late, right? 7 minutes late. Sorry. I probably would have been on time if I hadn't been trying to make my hot chocolate, but I needed my hot chocolate 100%. And actually, just had an email set on live, so that's good. I'm going to sit down for a little bit because I have got everything prepped for cutting out muslin, and I was hoping to get down here a bit early and cut and iron the calico ahead of time so that I was ready, and I did not. When I was scheduling this last night, I stupidly scheduled it for 11, which was not what I meant to do, but never mind, I am here. I'm going to catch up on the chat because I have missed a bunch. Fox is here. Good morning, peeps. Good morning. Jojo says morning. Hope you're well. Very well, thank you. How are you? Caroline says good morning. Don't tell anyone, but the sun is out here in Guildford. Nice. It is here. We've got blue skies here too. It has been raining though. Laura says good morning from rainy hill towns of western Massachusetts. Good morning. Jane's here. Good morning, all. Sunny here. We're doing some English paper piecing. What are we all working on? Just doing some English paper piecing. What are we all working on? Ooh, fun. Mum was teaching that, or is teaching that on her quilting course that she runs. So, yes. Nimue says, hello, everyone. Wow, I'm still on time, even with the whipping up some improvised tiramisu to make this greyish day more sweet. Oh, I want to love tiramisu, but it has coffee in it. But Joker Clear says, morning, folks. Jojo says, bit grey and yucky in Birmingham, Caroline, so I'm a bit jealous of your sunshine. Joker Clear says, well, you'd better share that, Nimue. Nimue says, once I've cleared my sewing table, I hope to finally finish my Hollyburn skirt. Nice. Joker Clear says, hopefully that'll work to get rid of these aches and pains I've got today, lol. Spent part of yesterday helping our neighbour frame up walls for his house and forgot my feet hate concrete. Oh, wow. Jojo says, lol, obviously my brain hasn't woken up yet. Why did I type your name twice? More coffee needed. Yes. Charlotte says, morning. My goal today was to cut out fabric for a coat, but I can't seem to find the tailor's chalk anywhere. Just my luck. Oh, no. Nimue says to Joker, please, I have leftover cream cheese and mascarpone from icing a cake. Was just enough for the family. Sorry. You're inspiring a bunch of people wanting to make tiramisu, though. Fox says, it's raining here too. Don't miss this the summer heat, but I miss the sunshine and the light in the sewing room. The stream did not start yet, right? Or is it my PC? Going to grab another coffee. No, it was me being late. I'm sorry. Caroline says to Jojo, at least it was my name. My mum used to get us confused and we'd go through all 4 names, which my brother hated. Yes, Dad and Mum are always constantly doing that as well. Justin UK is here. Hello. Debbie Brooker says good morning to everyone. Good morning. Rose says, how did the Burda tracing go? Actually, surprisingly easy. I was lucky though. The pieces that I need were the pieces that were coloured in pink, so they were much easier to see. And technically, according to the Burda magazine, if you don't want any of the other patterns, you can just cut those ones out, but I have traced them because there are some other really nice patterns in that magazine. Flor says, hello from Australia. Good evening. Jojo says, aha, my nanny Brooke used to do that too. Bit annoying when you're the only girl in a family and she goes through all the cousins before getting to me. No. Elena says, good day, lovely Shine and Peeps. Here just to pop up for a moment while on my way to a friend's place. Hello, thank you for joining us. Una's here. Hi, Shine and Peeps. Sunny here in Lancashire, but I'm poorly, so not able to do anything. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad that we can keep you company. I have my hot chocolate. I have just brushed my teeth, but I like mint chocolate. Mum hates mint chocolate. It's really funny. She's constantly trying to get me to eat things that I have clearly said that I don't like tomatoes. She's grown physalis and Chinese lantern fruit, I think. She's grown that in the garden and it came out amazingly and it's been very prolific and none of the birds have eaten it because they're probably like, what is this? But she's constantly like, eat one, have one, have one. I was like, Mum, I don't like them. I've tried them. They're very nice, but not enough for me to want to eat any of them. No, thank you. She's like, but you haven't tried one for ages. And it's like, no, I haven't. Would you like some mint chocolate? She's like, no, it's disgusting. It's like, exactly. Have you tried any in ages? And she's like, no. And it's like, well, there you go then. Like, you got to stop trying to make me eat things that you like just because you like them. If I say no, I'm allowed to say no, and no means no. Stop it. Jokingly says, it's still blacker than the inside of a coal miner's nose here, but that's what you get at 5 a.m. on the Canadian prairies this time of year. Wow. Nimue says, my granny would even include the dog in her circling through the names. She only had 3 grandchildren. Nice. Jokingly says, did I hear mint chocolate? Yoink. And Debbie says, mint chocolate. Yum. See, I'm with you guys. I love mint chocolate. And given that I've brushed my teeth and this is plain dark chocolate, this is actually working quite well. But Mum hates it. Has anyone seen Terry's Chocolate Orange has released a mint version? I took a photo because I knew Mum wouldn't believe me. So for like years, Dad and I have been buying Mum Terry's Chocolate Oranges for Christmas because apparently in the deep distant recesses of at some point she said she liked them. Have I got the picture still? No, I have not. It will be recently deleted. And it wasn't until like last year or the year before that she was like, actually, I'm not such a fan. Dad and I are like, well, you never told us that, so we've been buying them for you. But yeah, they have now released Terry's Chocolate Mint. And I mean, the whole thing about it is that it was an orange and it was segmented like an orange, and just that seems so odd. Like, if they'd done it as a lime chocolate, by the way, amazing, then yeah, 100%. But it's just such an odd thing to release that as. Like, why not do a different? I mean, I suppose they have all the molds and everything set up for that shape, so that's why they're doing that shape, but it just seems really odd. Jojo says, yay, I can finally hear you. Couldn't connect my headphones. Dope. Oh no, was I just sitting here rabbiting away and you had no idea? Caroline says, oof, just been sat on. Hi, Kitten. How are you? Yum, 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 yum. Oh, I will show you guys the velvets that arrived for the velvet coat later. I'm sitting here looking at the background thinking, oh, look at my pretties. Yeah, I will show you the velvets that arrived because I put them up for a vote on Patreon, and the ebony is winning, which I think is probably the safest option, and it's going to look really lovely, especially with the trim that I've chosen. But the photos, it was impossible to get the colors to show up correctly. Totally impossible. I did not sleep well last night, so I'm kind of a bit like. Caroline says that's yummy, but no to the apple pie one. I had a sample last week and ugh, no. Oh, they've released a hot chocolate calendar. It's a limited edition one, so I don't know if I'll be able to get a set or not, which I think I would really like, but there's going to be some in there that I'm just like, no. And it says, I love mint chocolate and can't stand orange chocolate. Yuck. Really? I love orange chocolate. Nimoy says, oh, headphones. If I want to sew during the hangout, I should probably find those and make sure they have enough charge. Oh, this is very pleasant. Yeah, I don't know what was going through my head yesterday when I set up the time for this at 11. I always do 11:30. I don't know what was going on there, but never mind. Una says, now lime chocolate sounds very interesting, but I'm keto, so won't be having any of them. Maybe on Christmas Day. There's one by a company called Montezuma. It's a green box that it comes in. They do a dark cherry one, and they do a lime and sea salt. It's called Salty Sea Dog. It is amazing, and the chocolate is 70% chocolate, so there's still too much sugar in there, really. Um, but it's one of those ones that I have every now and again because if I was not allowed any chocolate, then I wouldn't be able to keep up with keto, mind you. For anyone who watched the vlog yesterday, the Patreon waffle yesterday, they know I accidentally fell face first into a yum nut from Marks and Spencer's. Whoops. Um, Joker Clue says, I'd be more impressed if they came out with a Bailey's chocolate orange. That sounds interesting. Jojo says, yep, totally missed the first 5 minutes as I have a dodgy relationship with technology. Are we surprised? Una says, nice jacket, Sean. Thank you. Carolyn says, don't forget the clocks change next weekend. Have you seen the Monty Bojangles cat tins? I haven't seen the tins. I do like the Monty Bojangles truffles, though. They're very nice. Yes, I need to remember to put on to my posts for the live stream, but it will be GMT, not BST. So, yes. Sue says, morning all, good morning. Una says, I'm glad you did 11 a.m. I'm able to watch while Hubs is cleaning. No. Philmeen says, good afternoon all. This is the nicest background. I'm painting my living room today. Ooh, nice. What colour are you going for? Jacob Clear says, don't forget to like the stream, folks. Yes, please. There's 59 of us and 11 likes at the moment. Caroline says to Joker, please, that would be wonderful. I add Bailey's to the filling in your log. Ooh, nice. Charlotte says, I'm a plain chocolate kind of girl. Dark white or milk doesn't matter, but the only filling I actually like is praline. Not sure what the English word for it is. No, that's the like nutty. Yeah, praline. We have praline. It is very nice. Like the Guinean seashells. I always really like those, but I do find them very sickly after like 2, which I suppose is a good thing. So, yeah. Joker Clear says, I make fudge out of Bailey's, cocoa powder and cream cheese. Ooh. Guys are making me feel hungry. We're going to experiment with the chocolate salty weirdness again tomorrow. We did the batch. I made a batch a while ago because I haven't made it for ages and I really wanted some, but it's not remotely keto because it's got milk chocolate in there and crunchy bars and golden syrup and all those kinds of things. So it wasn't keto, but it was delicious and totally worth it. And then Mum and I were like, well, hang on a minute, we could totally make this keto. So rather than peanut, because you can't have peanuts, so rather than peanuts, we used cashew nuts, and I bought some freeze-dried raspberries because I wanted those instead of the honeycomb from the crunchy bars. But whilst the weight was correct, the volume of them was very incorrect for the amount of liquid that we had of the melted chocolate. We just did, rather than milk chocolate, we melted 70% and 85% dark chocolate, Lindt ones, and put the freeze-dried raspberries in. And like I say, they ended up like Rice Krispie treats, which was actually, they were not bad. I will say that they were not bad, but they weren't little like bites of chocolate with a bit of crunch in them. It was crunch with a little bit of chocolate kind of around a bit. And yeah, it was okay. But we've come up with a new twist that we're going to try tomorrow, because you can get pistachios that have already been shelled. So we're going to do pistachios because pistachios are good on keto. So we're going to have those for the nuts, and just dark chocolate. And it has butter in it as well for a little bit of like richness. I will put in the golden syrup because it is only 2 tablespoons of golden syrup for 300 grams of chocolate. And not have anything for the replacement of the honeycomb. So I think they will be nice. And the rest is a Nigella Lawson recipe. and you're meant to turn them into bars. And you're probably actually thinking about it would eat less if you made them into bars, like cut them up into like squares and ate them as a bar, because you'd have one bar and then you'd be like, no, I'm done. But I put them into little petit four cups to make them into little chocolate bites. But you probably end up eating way more of them in that way, rather than a bar. That they look more elegant like that as well. Not that they are elegant, but they do. So Jokingly says, I made fudge. Oh, I've read that one. Nimoy says, clearly need to create a different storage solution for my rulers. Just had to rescue my French curve after a tragic fall from the nail. Oh, I saw somebody the other day had one of those magazine racks that they'd stored it in their bathroom, and like nobody reads magazines in the bathroom anymore, so they'd stolen it, and it was just like a piece of like a pretty decorative piece of wood with like the dowels across of it, so that you could stack the magazines in there. And they'd taken a couple of dowels out for the taller rulers, but they put all their rulers in there, and I thought that was very clever. And I'm like looking around, seeing if I've got any wall space anywhere, and I have behind the dummies that might work for, because mine are on command hooks, and every now and again my command hooks give up the ghost and die. Like when the picture from the first retreat fell off the wall and gave me a heart attack and split the frame. So Dad's fixing the frame for me, bless him. Una says, praline is hazelnut filling, I think. All this talk of deliciousness. Jojo says, I've made those two Joker clues. They're lush. The Bailey's truffles, yeah, they sound good. Caroline says, picture of the tin I have now in the Peeps group. I will have a look. Joker Clue says, pistachios and cashews. Lol, now you're talking. Yeah, some of the snacks you get on keto are pretty good. Oh, that's so cute. Chocky Scoffies in a cat tin. Oh, I love it. Oh, yes. Joke quiz. I read that one. Elena says, today you started making everyone hungry and craving sweets straight away. We need a Sean bingo card, don't we? Caroline says, there was a huge bag of shelled pistachios in Costco last week. If it works, put the recipe in the Peeps group, please. Will do. William says, 2 colours, a warm cream and a beige with a hint of green in there. Ooh, nice. 3-stitch Cattery. I'm going to be able to say your name correctly today. Says, good day, everyone. Just got my coffee drinking, then rush sewing 2 pairs of Hudson pants for my boy's birthday. Nice. Nimoy says, TL Yarn Crafts had a magazine holder like that in an X Projects you can crochet from a skein of wool recently. I forgot the number, that there was a lot. Might make that up. Nice. Charlotte says, I actually already bought some St. Nicholas chocolate yesterday. I know it's only October, but I feel like I needed chocolate figures. Oh, wow. I mean, I have been buying the Cadbury snowballs. I've stopped because they are like crack. And I went from buying the, there's an individual pack, then there's like a bigger pack, and then there's a family pack. And I was buying the family pack and going through it in 2 days. They're just too good. They're mini eggs, but Christmas. It's like, no, got to stop that. Jokingly says, yeah, the bingo card would be a lot safer than Sean drinking. Yes, that's for sure. Okay. I've got to cut out calico today. I've got to do it. Got to do it. Am I going to do it? I mean, I'm going to do it, but am I going to do it with you guys, or am I going to do it after the hangout? Because this is fun. As we know, I do enjoy sitting and chatting with you guys. Samantha says, good morning. I'm making the McCalls 7906 after seeing yours during the separates challenge. Ooh, good luck with that. It's a really pretty skirt. I love the belt loops on that one, but I sewed them the wrong way around. So double check the orientation of the belt loops that you go for, because I went for the ones that are meant to be long and I sewed them the wrong way around and then had to double them up, which still works. But yeah, I need to make another one of that skirt because I do really like that skirt. I don't wear skirts. Oh, what was it that I decided to do with my Savannah viscose that I've got? It was a 9345 with the big sleeves, wasn't it? And an Eve. Was that what I said I was going to do with my 8 meters? Peeps, remind me, because I do really like this color combination together. Let's see. Jacob Lee says, I'm going to go with no. Lol. Probably. Elena says, I have to go. Have an extra nice hangout and see you next week. Love you all. Love you too, Elena. Thank you for coming for a very brief moment. It was nice to see you. Caroline says, yes, it was. Red Evie says, hi, peeps. Hello. Hello. Right, let me put this by the front door. You stayed well for the hot chocolate monster. So, I did have a little bit of a clear out and move around yesterday because, as you guys pointed out last week, I had a whole cubby hole empty. So I moved my faux fur over from here to the empty cubby hole, which is under there and you can't see it. And then I've put all my zips back here because the zips were in one of these cubby holes previously, but I moved them over to the kind of this part, which is where, hang on, you guys are going to feel sick by the end of this, aren't you? Sorry. So yeah, I moved them over here because this is my basket of things that I want to make soon. Which has got so many patterns in it. I took these ones up last night to have a look through and read the instructions of, because we all know that's my idea of a good time. I had a rocking Saturday night. And then I have moved all of my scrunchies are in here. And then the box underneath was a Easter present I got from Mum and Dad, and that's got all of the motifs for the velvet coat in it. So that's looking a lot neater. And that's where the zips used to live. So yeah, I had a few empty boxes up there. We all know how I like storage boxes. So yeah, moved those over, filled that up. And empty cubby hole is now functional, which is good. So yeah. Caroline says, write it in your book. Yes, I probably should as well. Oh, I've got some new Patreon peeps to say hi to. Now that you're saying write it in a book, I was like, oh, I'll write it in a note. And I've got Patreon peeps to say hi to. Right. The very lovely Darshna Rach has joined the Patreon peeps. Thank you, Darshna. And also the very lovely Linda has joined the Patreon peeps. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. Right, so Savannah. Viscose. Vogue 9345 and Eve. Okay. Notes for Sean. Okay. Oh, I had the last few ostrich feathers that I'd ordered come in, and I completely got the size wrong. I meant to order the 10 to 12 inch. And they're centimeters. Never mind. Never mind. It's not the end of the world. Right. Oh, let's have a look. Should we have a look at velvets? So yeah, that's the amber one. see if I can get the picture up so you guys can see. Go away. I'll see if I can do this. So yeah, you can see it's like practically the same color as my cardigan on here, and in real life it's most definitely a rich brown, and that is the amber. So I do really like those together, but like I say, I am going to be using a black motif on top of it to tie everything together. Laurel made a really good point that 3 colors looks intentional, and I'm wondering if the black motif is then the 3rd color. I still think this is too light. I think the bottom of it needs to be. Oh, Una's having ads during the live. Yes, it is a new feature that YouTube have rolled out, and that they are on the back end recommending that we use as creators. Let's see. You guys are not. I wonder if I can change it in. Probably not without like. Oh, hang on, the settings down here. I think I've turned adverts off. It's saving the setting. Yeah, it's a feature that YouTube have rolled out and suggested quite aggressively that we use as creators. So yeah, it's already like automatically defaults up, and they have 3 options, which is I can't remember what they call the lightest one, but then the next one is balanced, and then the 3rd option is aggressive adverts. But I think I'm going to just go back to the way that it used to be and have no ads running during the actual live stream, and then have go back and put the ads in after the fact for the replay. And I do have to go in and manually do that, because whenever I do a long live stream, they seem to end up putting an ad in every 10-15 minutes, and I would get annoyed with that. So I try and make them every half hour, because I think that's reasonable. So maybe, yeah. Yes. Nimue says, yeah, I've been getting the ads during Hangouts for a few weeks. Quickest way to make me hate an advertiser. Una says, I like the look of the brown and green together, and well, if it's belonged to earn you more, that's okay. Thank you. Yes, I mean, any adverts that appear on my channel will make me money. They also make YouTube money. YouTube take 50% of everything I earn before I get a look in, which is fun. So they will also make me money. But I don't want to put people off of the live streams, and if adverts are going to put people off, then yeah. Caroline, if you could not do that, that would be great, because actually YouTube are really kicking like trying to crack down on that, and it's going to get to the point where anybody who has that on their browser will not be allowed to watch the content that they're viewing. At the moment, I don't know if it's just America at the moment, but at the moment the thing will pop up and just say, please don't use the ad blocker that you're using. And honestly, it also hurts the creators that you're watching if you have ad blockers. So yeah, if you could not do that, that would be amazing. Thank you. And I appreciate that from your point of view, it gives you a better user experience, 100%. But YouTube are cracking down on it. And like I say, at the moment, they are telling you that you shouldn't have the thing and then letting you watch the content that you want to watch. But they will get to a point where they will just stop you watching the content that you want to watch, because it is actually against their terms of service. and it will hurt the channel if you if you spread that around for other people. It will mean that I get less money, and this is my job. Sorry. So yeah, thank you for that, but no. Joker Clee says I love an ad blocker as well. Yeah, that's yeah. And says sorry, but I hate ads. Yeah, totally get it, totally get it. But YouTube are cracking down on that. That is something that has been announced and that they are going to be getting very strict upon. So yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, if you look at it this way as well, it does hurt the creators that you're watching, or you're watching the content on. It's not good for the creator as much as it's not good for YouTube, because they won't end up with revenue from your views. So there is that side of it. I mean, obviously I'm coming from I am the creator, so it is hurting my bottom line kind of thing, but yeah. Charlotte says my cat is already invested when I'm ironing things. I've put a picture of her in the group. Kitty, let me see the kitty. Oh, look. Oh, look. Is she a little black void or is she a grey void? Oh, so cute. So cute. So cute. Una says helping, I meant flipping. Helping, I meant flipping autocorrect. Don't worry, Una, I got what you meant. Crystal says, I'm okay with them, but I have to say sometimes when the ads are either annoying or just the best comedic timing. Yeah, there is an option that I can go through and manually place adverts, and maybe I should do that, but the whole process of getting the videos up is a long process already, and you have to wait for a certain period of time for the video to be up to then place the adverts in it, and it's Una says when the product is free, you're the product. Yes. Nimue says, I don't mind ads in general. Creators provide content. YouTube provides the immense infrastructure needed for the platform this size. Both deserve revenue, but during an interactive hangout, it's disruptive. Yeah, no, I will start unticking that because, like I say, it was something that they were saying that we should try. So I tried it. You guys have told me you do not like it. I agree with you. That would annoy me as well. So it means you get behind with the chat as well, and then you come back and I don't know if it picks up from where you left off or how it works. But yeah. Vox says ad blocker has the option to allow ads for certain channels. Marie says, I think it's funny when I watched a sewist making their own clothing get ads for clothing retailers. If I was in the market to buy clothing, I would be making it. I wouldn't be making it lol. I know. I do think some of the adverts that get put into the groups or the targets that they've been put in has just been really not thought about. Some of them are spot on though. It's like, ooh. Diana's here. Hello, this is Diana. I hope you're all doing well. What are we doing today? At the moment, not a lot. Charlotte says she's a Bengal, so she's actually dark brown with spots and stripes, but when she got older, she got a lot darker, always just looks black. She is beautiful. Beautiful. Fox says, I don't have an ad blocker on my phone, but my PC I do for other websites. Gig Racer says, hi peeps, hope you're all well. Very well, how are you? Diane says, don't forget to like the stream, everyone. Yes, there's 94 of us and 31 likes. And Ari says, good morning. Please forgive me for falling asleep. I'm supposed to be asleep. It's the 3 o'clock hour in the morning where I am. Sometimes I fall asleep during your show, so that's totally fine. Soporific nature of my voice helping you go to sleep. Totally fine. And it says, apologies, didn't know what I'd started. No, honestly, I don't, like, genuinely, I don't mind feedback. And like I say, it was a new feature that YouTube have been pushing us to try. So I tried it. And you guys have said that, the people, and I mean, nobody's gone, oh my God, I love it. So yeah, I will turn it off for future live streams, and I will just go back and manually adjust the adverts in the replays when that option becomes available. I do try and do it the same day because, like I say, the when they put the adverts up, if it's a long stream, like an hour and a half stream, it had like 15 or 16 adverts in it last time. So I do try and make it down to sort of like, it's like I say, every 25 to 30 minutes, because I think that's reasonable. But yeah, I will sometimes I will not get to the adverts ahead of time because I have to wait for the live hangout to be kind of, I don't know, like rendered or whatever they do to put it up as a replay, even though it's immediately available as a replay. The adverts, I have to go in later to do it, and sometimes I forget or miss the bit and they've already put a million adverts on. So if you ever see a live stream that's got a million adverts on it, it's because I haven't got to it yet, and I will. And Ari says, your voice is soothing though. I will always catch you later when I'm fully awake. 3-Stitch Cattery says, I love it. Just kidding. Sue says, how is Buttons in the house coming along? I am single again, so I have no idea. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So yes, and it's totally fine, Sue, don't worry. Like a few of you have asked in comments and stuff like that, and I haven't said anything. The only place I've said something is on the Patreon behind the scenes waffle, and I haven't said any details about that either. But yes, no longer in a relationship. Moving swiftly on, Nimoy says, ads every 25 to 30 minutes is less than you get on regular TV. Also much shorter ad breaks, so totally reasonable. Yeah, and you can skip them as well. So yeah. Caroline says, I have ads on my, oh, that one's gone. Right, anyway, so this is the ebony, which in the photo does look blue, but I'm kind of leaning towards this one with the, I'm kind of leaning towards this one with the trim over the top, which I know is only 2 colors, and like Laurel said, it was better to have 3 because it looks more intentional. And then this is, I think, mulberry. This is the mulberry one, which I actually do. Ooh, hello! I do like this next to the yeah, that's what it looks like on there. Just a bit different. I mean, like everyone was saying that this one looks blue, and it's definitely not. But I do actually like these two together, and this is better, I think, than the amber, because whilst the amber is beautiful, it's still very much lighter than this one. But this one's dark, and I have in my head that I want dark around the bottom. So I do like this one, but as I say, the vote at the moment is predominantly for ebony, which, oh, I don't know, this is good. This is good. Wonder if I'm going to change anybody's opinion. Let's have a look and see how the poll is doing over on Patreon. Yeah, sure. What is it? No, I don't want to. I want to just look at. I want to just look at the feed. How do I do that? No, I don't want to chat. I want to look at the. I want to look at the posts. Why is it not letting me? Oh, there we go. There, found it. Found it. Mulberry has 35% of the votes. Amber has 3% of the votes, and ebony has 62% of the votes. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm going to change anyone's minds when they're seeing it like this, because on the picture it does look like day glow purple. That is not a correct representation of the colors. But whatever color I go for, because whilst I have put it up for a vote, because I do want your guys' input, I am not 100% going to guarantee that I'm going to go with your guys' choice. Because this is me we're talking about. Did I not put a movement pleat into this coat? I did not. That's something I need to change for the next one, or for when I refashion it. No. Where did I get to? Sue says, "Oh, pants, sorry to hear that." Yeah, well, it is one of those things. The 3-stitch category says, "I find ads in general I get hilarious. They're completely random. They're completely irrelevant to anything I need or would ever buy." Now, are you allowing your computer to track your cookies? Like, do you allow cookies? Because the more cookies that you allow, the more your computer works out what you like, the more targeted ads you get served. It's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like, I get not wanting to allow cookies, but by doing that, you do get a random smattering of just like everything, because their algorithm does not know what to serve you. So it's just like, here's a bunch of stuff. Let's see what sticks. Oh yeah. Fox says to Nimue, "That's true. I rarely watch TV, and when I do, I'm always shocked at the 20-minute advert break." I'm going to sit down again. We knew this was going to happen, right? We knew. We knew. Caroline says, "Sorry, my arm got grabbed for switches. I only have one blocker on the browser, but not on my tablet. The mulberry is much better in person." Yeah, the mulberry is. I thought would be. I'm not opposed to the ebony. Like, it probably would be the safer choice. It probably would be the safer choice. If I hadn't got my table in front of my bead drawer, I might get the beads out and see what they look like with the ebony as well. Danny's here. Hi all, popping in for some company while I sew this afternoon. Ooh, what are you making? Nimue says, "Yeah, the mulberry looks nice in real life and goes well with the trim you have." Am I swaying people? Am I swaying you? Crystal says, "Ads have always been part of watching TV and things, but since I watch so much streaming, I seem to hate them more than I used to." Yeah, Caroline's changed her vote. Aha! Oh, this is going to be interesting. Where's my phone? Here it is. Let's see. Yeah, there's still time. There is still time. Oh, it's not showing up on the app as yet. The votes have changed. The Poverty Pair says, "I'm curious about a pattern. What fabric would you choose to pattern the Vogue 1950? I'm at a loss and would really appreciate any tips and or inspiration. Thank you for the videos." Let's have a look. Vogue 1950. Sewing pattern. Help if I could spell sewing. Oh, is that the ooh. This one. It's so good. So good. So Anita by Design has just made that up on Instagram and it's amazing. She made it from a Ponte, I believe. And I'm genuinely surprised that it's for knit. Let me have a look at the moderate stretch knits. Yeah, cross grain stretch. It's just bonded knits, double knit, scuba fabrics, C stretch gauge line. Right, okay. So yeah, it's for knits, which I'm genuinely surprised about. I for the life of me would have thought that this was a woven dress, but it is not. It is for knits and it is glorious. I was actually going to buy this one, and now that I know that it's for knits, I don't think I am. Or maybe I am, and I'm going to be bad and make it out of a woven and put draft facings and stuff for it, because that was the other thing that I saw with Anita, is that the collar was a single layer and it looks amazing. No, I want Anita. Where's Anita? Anita. There you go. Anita. Where are you, Anita? Yeah, look, I mean, how beautiful is that? It's so pretty. But it is it's a single layer, which really, really surprised me. And because like these kind of fabrics technically won't fray, um, so yeah, it is a lined dress as well, though. It does call for a lining, as you can sort of see, but that's a single layer. I think it's absolutely beautiful, though. So the answer to that question is I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would try and find a viscose-based ponte rather than a polyester ponte, because the viscose-based ones tend to be nicer. If you don't mind wearing scuba could be really, really good. Some scuba crepe, and then perhaps like if you could find scuba crepe and scuba in the same color, so that you could have like the lapels and the belt in the crepe and then the rest of it in the smooth. But yeah, no, I get why you are lost, because I genuinely thought it was for a woven dress, and it's not. Not. Good Gracer says, I think possibly the vote is skewing ebony because the purple looks so vibrant in the picture. It does. It does. And I tried so hard to screw with the settings to get it to look accurate, and I just could not. So yeah. Crystal says, I think I missed something. Is the fabric swatch a trim or a color block thing? It's going to be, so the coat is too short. Like that's my hemispheric coat in front of it, which is only, I think, just long enough for my preferences. So I'm going to elongate this coat, and this was 2 curtains, and whilst I still have a little bit of the fabric left, I don't have enough to make the longer coat that I want with what I've got left, because obviously it's velvet, so it needs, oh, hang on, got an ad popping up. I have not stopped them. I've skipped it though, hopefully. So yeah, that was why I went for this length of coat in the first place, because the curtains I have, I only had 2 of them, and they were both heavily sun damaged. So I went with the length that I could with the fabric that I had, and I love it. I think it's gorgeous. I'll try it on. Hang on, let me show you. Let me show you. And it does fit over my cardigan, but I'm not willing to fight in and out of my cardigan. Let's also take out the pin that I've put in so that I don't stab myself in the back, because we don't want that. I have decided as well that I am going to use this pattern for my red wool coating that I bought 8.5 meters of. Oh, it goes really nicely with Savannah, doesn't it? Oh no. So I love this. I think it's gorgeous, but I never wear it because it's the wrong length for me. All of my dresses are longer. I don't wear skinny trousers. I don't wear anything that, where's the pockets there? I don't wear anything that's appropriate for this length, really. It would look better with a petticoat underneath of it and have this on top, but it's not right. So what I'm going to do is make it longer, make it a lot longer. Sort of like a good, yeah, a good kind of like 18 inches longer, so it's below the knee. So it's going to be quite a lot longer. And then I'm going to put those embroidered motifs the whole way around the join to try and make it look intentional. And I am also, oh, I do like that colour. I do like that selection together. The ebony is good though. The ebony is also good. But we know how I feel about black. but my motifs are black. I'm going to have to move the table, aren't I, so I can get the beads out so we can have a look at the beads, because they've got some iridescence in them, which I think might be a factor as well. The other thing I'm going to do is change the lining, because the lining is the wrong. This is cool tones, this is warm tones. So I'm going to change the flat piping. I think I'm going to try and draft a facing to finish off this back bit here. The only thing that I've just realized is I've lined my pockets with the cool lining. That I'm not going to change because that's too much unpicking. But yeah, I want to wear this. This was my first attempt at a tailored coat, and I love how it's turned out. I think it's gorgeous. I just think it's too short for me. So that is probably going to be my December project. And then show you my hemispheric coat. I love how this has turned out. It is very A-line. It is very sticky outy on the sides. And I am not the hugest fan of zip-up coats. Although, you know, it's not like the end of the world. The pockets on this thing are ridiculous. They're so tiny. That's me putting my hands fully into my pockets. They are absolutely tiny. They're very clever, but they're so tiny. I would put pockets in my side seams and I'd make them much, much bigger. But I love it. And that bagginess that I had from the muslin, it was because this was an inch and a half up. So I was getting this bit up here and it just wasn't right. So yeah, and I can wear this over a cardigan. I wore it out the other day with a cardigan over the top of it, and that was fine. And then, like I was saying in the, I think it was the Patreon waffle, I have absolutely no idea how often I will actually wear this combination or wear this cape by itself, because it's it's like completely the buckle I've got on it as well is actually like a belt buckle, and it doesn't really close it that well, which is a little bit annoying. Ooh, standing on my bag. But yeah, it's so cute. And Gertie's actually done, let me just tip you back there. Gertie's actually done a pattern for a faux fur muff, and I have quite a lot of this faux fur left, because some people were saying that I should do detachable cuffs for the cuffs of the coat. I did lengthen the length of the sleeves by an inch, and I'm really glad that I did, because as I say, like, for me, this is the perfect length. I wouldn't want them higher. I love this. It's so cute. It's like, this is so impractical, honestly, but it is so cute. And I'm glad that I've made it. I think maybe I should have made it a little bit shorter, just so that you could see that bit there. I didn't really. I mean, I did think about it, and I was just like, oh, I can't be bothered to take an inch off of the pattern, and I really should have, shouldn't I? But yeah, I'm very pleased with this. Very pleased with this indeed. And I have about 1 meter of the navy wool left over, plus some really good size scrap pieces for the bag making stash. So I'm going to use this navy wool to make sleeves for a holly jacket. Perhaps if I've got enough of the tartan, because I think I've got 1 meter of the tartan, but it is 150 wide. And I've got 1 meter of the wool, so I might see if I've got enough for the Angela Clayton jacket rather than the holly, although I do like the holly and I want to make the holly as well. So yeah, let's see. So anyway, sorry, Crystal, that was you asked one question and I started trying on all the things. But yeah, that's what the swatches are for. I want to just make that velvet coat longer because it's not long enough. Jojo says, ooh, I love the mulberry. Gig Gracer says, I would change my mind to the purple based on what it looks like on the stream. You can definitely go back and do that if you want. Oh, you have. Oh, I'm very behind with the chat. Sorry. Oh, wow, so behind. Joker Clee says, I'd say the mulberry looks better myself, but if I had to pick something random, I'd go with something in the lines of darker teal and darker royal blue or maybe a darker gold. Tried all of those. I have tried so many swatches and I don't want to take the mickey out of Textile Express because they will send you 5 swatches for free and they cover the postage as well, which is amazing. So I've had 10 swatches from them so far and I kind of didn't want to take the mickey. I did say that I could send them a swatch of my velvet and they would show me my velvet next to everything, but I'm impatient. So I went back and ordered those other swatches. I bought another purple and I bought a dark chocolate brown, but it was a cool tone and this is definitely a warm tone green, so it didn't look right. So yeah. Gig Brace, I've read that one. Jane says, liking the mulberry, can't see the lace on the darker one. Both work. The brown is too much contrast. Yeah, I think so too. I think if I could have found a dark chocolate that was warm, not cool toned, that would have been a really good option. But they didn't. I tried, like I said, the browns, and the ones that came were all too cool toned for my preference. Wandering Sower says, I want to make a coat. I've never done it before. I have one coat pattern that I got in the charity shop in Johannesburg. It's the New Look 6112. Don't know if I should do that for my first one or not. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. New Look 106. Stop it. 6112. No, 2. Good grief. Images. Ooh. Okay. Oh, is it this one? Is it that one? It's not coming up with a whole bunch of options. There is this one. Nope, that's not going to work. For a first coat, yeah, there's not too much fitting needed for that one, if it is that one. You can do it without a hood, with a collar, or with a hood. Yeah, I mean, I would say pick a pattern that has a sew along for it already that you like the look of. Like my first coat that I properly did was the Minoro by Sewaholic, and their sew along was amazing. I didn't look at the instructions once, which apparently was a good thing because apparently the pattern instructions are terrible, but the sew along is amazing. So I would try and pick a pattern that there is already a lot of support for, if that makes sense. Samantha says, the only cookies I like are chocolate chip. Yeah. Poverty Perfect says, I find ads annoying if they're from my home country, but if it's foreign, it can be fun to watch. Oh, some of the foreign ones I get are hilarious. Luminaria says, a good morning, peeps. I can't stay, but wanted to say hi from frosty Wisconsin. I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your day. You too. Thank you for saying hi. Yumori says, I keep telling YouTube the one category I do not advert for. It keeps forgetting. No, I will not procreate. I know the amount of things I get for like getting pregnant or for newborns, and it's like, no, stop it. Jojo says to the Poverty Pair, I was going to buy that dress very recently, but went for a shirt I can extend instead. Would have used a good quality Ponte Roma if I had bought it. Still might. Three Stitch Cattery says, show us shiny stuff. Yes, I need to move the thing so I can get to my beading drawer, don't I? I'm going to need more beads, whatever beads I go for. Rock Rouse says, good morning, peeps. Good morning. Danny says, I'm sewing another Vicky Sews Cheryl jacket. It's the quilted one from Minerva's new quilted fabric that I picked up from their pop-up shop. Task 1 is welt pockets with quilted fabric. Wish me luck. You can do it. I always just avoid welt pockets, but you can do it. Joker Clee says, I like the butterscotch oatmeal cookies myself. Lol, computer cookies, not so much. I mean, actually, they're trackers. And they've been named cookies so that they don't, I mean, because would you sign up for like, yes, you can track my data, like you can track my data, or yes, you can, I will sign up for cookies. They've worded it like that on purpose. So yeah. Jojo says the Vogue 1950 is beautiful, isn't it? Yes. I really want that dress. I did not know it was a knit dress though. I don't want it if it's a knit dress. I want it as a woven. Gig Racer says, went to go and change my vote, but then remembered that I saw the option last video and liked the mulberry, so I already voted for that. Aha! Rotten Ralph says, there was something I was supposed to vote for. If you are a Patreon peeps, then yeah. Joker Clee says, we're trying to help Shan pick a second colour for her velvet coat, Ralph. Yes. Teresa says, good morning, peeps. Has anyone made the So Different sunrise jacket? Was just wondering if anyone has, what your thoughts are on the finished jacket and what your thoughts on the finished jacket are. I have not. Has anyone else? Charlotte says, I just noticed that the pattern layout on the fabric doesn't put everything on the same direction, and I have a directional print, so I'll be off puzzling now. You can do it. You can do it. Ralph says, it's very Dior new look. Ah, thank you. Debbie says, extending the coat with the motifs is a superb plan. I think so too. Rotten Ralph says, thanks to Joker, please. Crystal says, loving the deep purple mulberry, looks great. Nimue says, the hemispheric looks beautiful. Thank you. Well, I managed one seam and it's time for lunch. Next step is hand basting the zipper in. So food will help. See you later. Yes. Rotten Ralph says, a muff would be delightful. I think so too. Joker Clee says, a muff? Wow, haven't seen mentioned such, let alone pattern reference in ages. Lol. So I say go for the muff because it will tie the whole outfit together. I think so too. And even if I don't end up wearing the cape or like the muff with anything very often, it will tie it together with the cape as well. I think Gertie is wearing, let's see, Gertie Scout capelet images. Oh, she's not. I thought she was wearing a muff in that picture, because that's where I took my inspiration from. But she's not. But yeah, I think it's a Gertie, like I think I said it's a Gertie pattern that she's put up. It's a free pattern on her blog on the website. So I think I'm going to follow that and just make one because I think it'll tie everything together, like you say. Debbie says that cape is perfect for when it's snowing. Rotten Ralph says Constance did an entire video on making a muff. I shall have a look. Jojo says, I adore that outerwear combo. It's adorable. I won't buy it. Una says, ooh, that Vogue Ponte dress is gorgeous. Just added it to my wish list. Yeah. Claire says, hello, Shannon Peeps. I'm very late, I'm afraid. Working on the red Ponte Love Notions Metra blazer. Love this pattern. Ooh, nice. Wandering Sower says, yes. Poverty Pear says, thank you so much. I'm sitting on the train, so I got the answer a bit delayed. No worries. I think I was maybe a little bit delayed in talking about it. Una says, I've got a sample coming from So Essential in the UK for a viscose nylon jersey, which I'm hoping is similar to Ponte. Ooh, fingers crossed. I'm planning on making Gertie's swing coat as my first coat this winter. That's another good one because, again, not too much fitting, just the shoulders and the sleeves. Double check the circumference of the sleeve before you sew it up. Don't be like me. That's something to double check. Rotten Mouse says, Samantha Victoria, I read your comment as there are only one cookies are chocolate chip. I'm a big fan of cookies. A white chocolate macadamia nut butter, and chocolate chip is fun too. Boo Books says, did you see the Simplicity 9702. Did you put a modesty panel on it? Simplicity. Simplicity 9702. Is that right? Yes. I have not sewn that one, and no, I probably would not put a modesty panel on it, but I am all about the cleavage. We do know that I'm all about the cleavage. So if that's the right pattern. But no, I've not sewn it. Una says, I was going to make a coat last Christmas, but got ill. Last time I was ill, it's not a regular thing, and it never happened. I want the Vogue dress more now that it's a knit, better for my fluctuating weight. Lisa says, hi Shan, hi everyone, just posted a pic of my toadstool gnome in the Facebook group. Oh, let's have a look. Facebook group, come on. Still got cutie. Oh, so cute. Oh, so cute. So cute. Fungus. So cute. So cute. Boo Book says, okay, thanks. It's very low. And yes, thanks. That is the right one. Okay. You could possibly. Okay, let's see. So this is the Lekala dress that I've been working on, and that's the original neckline there. That's the original neckline, and so I have just come up at so that it's dead center, so up parallel to the grain line. I've brought it up by 3 inches and then added seam allowance and then just put the curve in. I may need to go back. That's why I'm making a muslin of this one. I may need to go and like pinch some fullness out of this area. So you do want to test that out first. But this is how I've made this pattern for loads of other people, and it was this was way too cleavage-tastic for most of them. So yeah, that's how I raised that up, because otherwise it comes right down to there, which if I wore plunge bras would be fine, but I don't. I wear balconette bras because I prefer the shape they give me. And also, honestly, I've not been able to find a plunge bra that I find comfortable, that fits me well, that doesn't give me 4 boobs, and I don't want 4 boobs, so no. G Grace says, very jealous of your ability to wear gorgeous coats and capes. That combo is stunning. Sadly, I can't wear anything more substantial than a light cardigan here, except for about a week each year. Yeah. For as much as I complain about being cold, I would be sad if I couldn't wear coats. I do like my coats. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. Gig Racer says, very cute to Lisa. And Lisa says, thank yous to Gig Racer. Yes, that is a very cute gnome. And I love that he's called Fungus. Oh, Flor has asked to join the Patreon Peeps and has answered the questions and said yes to everything. You have accepted Shiana as your feline overlord. You have been approved, Flor. There you go. So I'm getting so many messages from people saying good luck with the Burda tracing, because honestly, when I took that sheet out, I've got a photo of it here somewhere. Do I have a photo of it? Yes, I do. Like, honestly, what is that? But the pieces that I needed were the pieces that are completely pink, so I had a much easier time of it. Much easier time of it. So yeah. But they appear to have 2 inches of ease added into the dirndl patterns, because I traced the size that was the correct for my boobs, and that meant that it was a 30 inches at the waist, and when I measured the waist, it came out at 32 inches, which is going to be way too big. So I've taken it down to 28, which I think might still be a little big, but like I said, I do want to wear it over this white dress, so I'm trying to bear that in mind. And I can always take more away if I need to. Boo Book says, ooh, that is similar to the 9702 at 60 and big chest. We'll do a modesty this time, doing summer wardrobe. Thanks. No worries at all. Floor says thank you. You're welcome. Join the craziness that is the Peeps group. So yeah. Oh, beads. Beads. Oh, I do have to move the table though. Come on, table. Oh no. It does have a little bit of a mind of its own. Right, where are my beads? Where's my beads? This one, yes. They are over here. Oh, I've disturbed a spider. I'm sorry, Mr. Spider. Beads. There's so many little like jars of beads. Okay. Now theoretically they're color coded. There's that the Knitting and Stitching Show are putting up loads of kind of like quick snippets of the Alexandra Palace Knitting and Stitching Show, and there was one of the stands there that sells strings of beads, and it was just like, oh, that's where I got these from. And I kind of have a feeling that that's what I'm going to need, because I don't think any of these colours are right, which is kind of annoying, because I thought I had some colours that were good. Shiny things. Right, so yeah, they're not quite the right colour, are they? Oh, I don't know actually, because again, it's got to go with the green. Maybe it's making the mulberry look even browner, isn't it? But I have like this kind of shade in so many colors and shapes, and I've also got a whole bunch of Swarovski Montes in different shapes and sizes. So maybe I'm not sure it's quite perfect though. So maybe not. Lisa says thank you to Gig Racer. Boo Book says, oh well, I've read that one. Floor says thank you. 3 Stitch Category says, Sian, check out coat McCalls 8156. I will have a look. I will have a look. No, go away. Shh, be quiet. McCalls. No. 8156. I actually own that pattern, and it's in my D-stash. I think it's lovely, but I, having just sewn the hemispheric coat, which is obviously a funnel neck, got something funny going on with the eyelashes. Behave. That's better. Yeah, with I've just sewn the funnel neck coat with the hemispheric. I do like it, but I think, imagine I could put a Revere collar on it and a Revere and a collar on it quite easily, couldn't I? But I have that pattern, but it's actually in my de-stash pile at the moment. Right, so these are all kind of like the grey crystally ones, which are I actually don't dislike that, but I only have this strand of exactly this colour. There's quite a lot of sort of like purpley shift in this. But yeah, I think I really need to go somewhere like that bead shop that was at the knitting and stitching show. Well, turquoise is clearly wrong. But very pretty. So pretty. But no, that's not the right colour. What's in this box? Oh, these are all my red ones. Completely the wrong colours, yes, but I will at some point use those on something. I mean, whatever I go for, I want to do a lot of beading, and the circumference at the bottom of this is quite big, so there's going to be a lot of beads needed, so I'm probably going to have to buy some regardless. What's this one? Oh, these are my AB. They're just plain silver, but then they're the AB crystals. But these were from why? Oh, there's a whole bunch of different colours in there. I was going to say there's purple and blue, but there's a majority of them AB. Look how tiny. Yeah, the kind of the Montes were bought from Saudi Arabia, and they are Swarovski ones, and they weren't inexpensive there, but I think Swarovski have stopped doing crystals now anyway, which is kind of annoying. I bought these to actually fix a belt. They are plastic, but they're still very shiny, and they did fix the belt beautifully. These are nice. These made up the jewellery for my sister-in-law's wedding. They're kind of very, very purple. My niece made us sets. I think they're maybe too bluey purple though. I mean, sewing the coat together and putting the motifs on is going to be what I try and get done in December, and then I'm going to try and find beads that I like to embellish it further, because number one, it's going to be expensive because I'm going to need a lot, and number two, I obviously don't have the right color, and even if I did, I don't have enough of any of the right color. Now I've got to try and get all of these back into this drawer. They came out of here, so they should fit back in. think. Oh no. Ow. Huh. Okay. Nope, that's not right either. Should have taken a photo of this. Never mind, it'll be fine. I remember that those ones were in those positions. I remember that. Oh, you kind of do. You all came out of here. You are going to go back in. They're not, though. They're really not. Have I done it? Have I done it? Have I done it? Oh, yay! Sorry, that's like just minutes of me banging around in the background. But they have gone back in. So yeah. Never mind. We get there. Let's see. Lisa says 32-inch waist is way too big. I would kill for that waist, for a waist that tiny. I didn't. I clearly phrased it badly, but the 2 inches of ease for that garment just seems too much. Like I would have said that there's maybe half an inch of ease. I've gone for 2 inches of ease still on the finish one that I've aimed for, but yeah. Sorry, I clearly phrased myself poorly. I didn't mean it like that is a big waist measurement. It's not. It's just a measurement, but for what they are expecting the end garment to come out looking like, I don't think it's an accurate representation size-wise of what they are asking you to make, is kind of what I meant by that. Sorry. Worded that poorly. Boo Book says, P.S. Love your work. Thank you. Red Evie says, Burda is always so big. It's just like the big four. This is my first experience with Burda, and I am, learning this. So thank you for that. Caroline says, the AB shift should make it work. Yeah, that greeny one was quite nice, wasn't it? But I do think I actually need to kind of take all the fabrics together to a shop, and maybe the next knitting and stitching show in March I could wear the coat to that and then shop for beads. I've got something going on with my eyelash. I think I've got a hair caught in it. Feels odd. Actually, just putting my hair out of my face like that helped. Is there hair in my glasses? Floor says it's bedtime in the land down under. Good night, peeps. Good night. Rotten says good night to Floor too. Debbie says Bianca would love those beads. It's not as big a collection as she has, but yeah. The other thing I'm thinking is maybe I do something similar to Bianca and order beads from that shop that she recommended, the one in India that says sales sequins and beads. I have I have got quite a large selection of theirs saved for the orange Dupioni suit that I want to make, although I am pretty convinced I'm going to end up making a dress and a jacket for that. Maybe I just buy a huge selection of like loads of different things and then just go to town on that one. The Poverty Pair says, I'm thinking of making the Vogue 1669 for this winter, more realistically for spring next year. This one. Yeah, I was reading the instructions for that one last night. I have got green wool. I've got the lining. I need my cotton flannel, but that is something that I would like to try and do this side of Christmas this year as well. I do like that pattern a lot. Rotten Rouse says to Red Evie, my first Burda pattern was prior to their edition of seam allowance. I was trying to sew a dress as for a formal school. It didn't go well. Yeah, I read the instructions for this and they haven't got seam allowance included on this one either. So I traced it out and then added 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. So yeah, that's why I'm definitely going to make a muslin, and then I'm going to make a wearable muslin, and then I'm going to cut into my very expensive silk. Well, I mean, honestly, I have no idea how much this costs, but it's priceless to me because it was a gift from the very lovely Karen, and it's very narrow. I hope that I've got enough to do what I want to do with it, because I have made the peplum longer and wider because of the look that I wanted to go for. But he's got peacocks on it. He's so beautiful. Are they peacocks or are they just pheasants? They could be just pheasants, couldn't they? Oh no, peacocks. I'm calling those. I mean that bird of paradise tail really. It has birdies on it. It's so pretty. And look at the back. If I seamed it nicely, I don't, because like I said, I'm doing a peplum. That you will be able to hopefully just see little flashes of the underneath of it. So I'm like, ooh, maybe it doesn't need to be lined. It's actually a brown. So chocolatey brown. Let's see. Mim says, hello, Sean, greetings from Germany. Hope you're well. Very well, thank you. How are you, lovely? Lisa says, I was teasing you, sweetheart. I would love to be as slim as you. I'm sorry if you thought I was being rude. No, I didn't think you were being rude. I thought I'd been rude. I thought I'd been rude. Sorry, like last week somebody pointed out to me as well that like the pattern companies that I was choosing were not overly size inclusive. And that hadn't even occurred to me, honestly, which just shows the kind of privileged position that I'm in, that I don't have to worry about that. And it was something that was just like, oh yeah, that ought to probably be a consideration. I've kind of spoken around the fact that I've been approached by a pattern company to turn some of my designs into patterns. And my imposter syndrome and horrid brain has just been like, oh no, people are going to slate it. And it's got nothing to do with the pattern designer. She's amazing and she makes beautiful patterns. But it's me. My brain is just like, oh, it's not going to be size inclusive enough. It's not going to be something that everyone likes. And of course it's not, because I can't please everybody. I know this. Like logically, I know this. But my brain is just like, oh no, it's going to be a huge disaster. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I hate my brain for doing that to me. So yeah, but it is one of the things that like I 100% don't consider and should consider is size inclusivity on the patterns and things like the Burda ones. I'm surprised by how small the range is on those. They do have plus size patterns in here, and one of the plus size patterns in this magazine I absolutely love, and it is not available for me because it's only available to plus size, which it's frustrating because it's a really nice pattern. Actually, this was another one. Like, that's another one that I really like. So, like, because this, as I say, this magazine was given to me as a present by Karen, and I hadn't really looked at anything except the Dirndl ones, because I was just like, oh no, Dirndl, yes, that's what I must be doing. But then I looked at some of the other patterns, like this one. Star Trek dress, anyone? That's gorgeous, and she looks amazing in it. I'm just like, I won't lie it. But it starts a size 44, and I've traced a size 42, which is too big for me. So, yeah. Yes. Jojo says, oh boo, I went and got dressed, don't judge me, 'tis Sunday after all, and missed all the shinies. Una says, we knew what you meant, stop stressing. The Poverty Bear says, Rotten Rouse says to the Poverty Bear, I read that as the Vogue 4666 face plum. I posted the 4666 on the Peeps group. My brain is so broken. Are you having a bit of a day, Rotten Ralph? This Vogue? Oh, that's a vintage one. It's quite nice. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Quite nice. Fox says, is that fabric black or dark blue? Sorry, I can't tell. Brune. Tis brune. Very dark brown, but it is a chocolatey brown and turquoise. It's so pretty. I'm so spoiled. I've had this for a good 6 years, and I'm only now just getting around to it. And it's not because I didn't love it or, it was not important. It's because it's one of those ones where somebody has gone to the time and effort of getting me the ribbon to match the doodads, the pattern. I love these doodads. The lacing doodads. I mean, like, it's just the thoughtfulness that's gone into this parcel. And then the silk. It's quite a lot of this, but it is very narrow. How much have I got of this? I think maybe 2 meters, 2.5 meters. And just, 2 meters and 15 centimeters I've got of this. So the reason it's taken me so long to get to this is because I'm terrified and I don't want to fluff it up. Just going to see. Because I have gung-ho gone ahead and drafted a peplum for the back of this that needs to be cut on the fold. Are you actually going to fit on the fold? I think you might. Yes! Yes. Yes. Because I thought that's the side seam. I thought that would be quite cool. Because I'm taking liberties with the patterns as well. So not only am I, and that's why I'm making a muslin, because I have a finite amount of this and I am not fluffing it up. No fluffing up will occur. But yeah, it's a chocolatey brown, which is why I'm making my witch's hat in a chocolatey brown suede, because I want to wear the two together. Hopefully. There's that. Let me put my velvet samples back on my coat, and then I can get all the supplies for my witchy hat. because I have many supplies. I even had to buy like gardening gloves so that I don't burn or stab myself with the mesh that I'm going to use, because the mesh has already given me a cut once just by looking at it. So, but I went for suede because, oh, I actually haven't held these up to each other. Oh, ad, I'm going to skip the ad. Hang on, skipped it. Yeah, haven't held these up together. But oh, they work perfectly. It's gonna be so cool. So that's the base material for the hat. Then I've had these. Mum bought these back from India, I think. But I'm going to have a bunch of feathers on my head. And I have got more peacock feathers, and I can always go to the garlic farm because they have peacocks to help with the rodent. They have cats as well, but it helps with the rodent population. Because peacocks apparently eat mice. Who knew? But all the colours in that, I've got a bunch of my different scraps of silks that I'm going to try and do. I've got some rune silk, and I've got the other brown that I think I'm going to use to make the belt to go around the hat. A little bit of my sister-in-law's wedding dress. Some gold from Mum, which I'm kind of tempted, because I've got some rose gold spray paint, so I'm tempted to kind of try and gild the edges of this one. This is the only green I've got, but I kind of think it works. And then I've got a little bit of this shot purple taffeta, but all of those colours work really well with the peacock feathers. So that's what I've got for making silk roses. I'm going to try and follow Bianca's tutorial for that. Nothing like biting off more than you can chew. Oh, Dad very kindly went and found me. Oh, in fact, these are the tweezers that I stole from Mum, but Dad got me some extra long tweezers as well, which was really sweet of them. Jojo and I went to a D-Stash craft fair when she was down, so I've got some of these. And then I got some of these that I am going to spray paint rose gold. And then these are the ostrich feathers that I ordered the wrong size of. I wanted a really long full plume, and I thought I'd ordered one 12-inch, but I hadn't. I had ordered 10 to 12 centimeter ostrich plumes, but that's fine. It's going to work. It'll be fine. Then I've got some peacock swords, peacock sword feathers. Then I've got some green pheasant feathers. And then I've got a whole bunch of natural coloured turkey feathers, I think these are. I think they were sold as turkey feathers. And I've got some rooster feathers as well. Some little rooster feathers. So I think all of these together, I am going to try and get one big ostrich plume, because I do think like one really big one kind of behind the giant peacock feathers is going to look really cool. But yes, there's more than enough to dress a hat here. I will not be lacking in hat dressing. These are all dropped feathers as well. I was really careful when I was ordering that I was ordering dropped feathers, not plucked feathers. That was something I was trying to be conscious about. when I was placing my order. So that's all the stuff for the hat. These are the tweezers that Dad got me. They're large. They do have a slight serrated edge, but I think they'll be fine. But they're for curling the edges of the roses. So I'd asked Dad to get some for me, and he found them, which was very sweet of him. So I need to get my dirndl done so that I'm just putting everything away. Yeah, but yeah, I need to. This is the. So it's a very pink rose gold. So I'm not sure if it's going to be the right color, but I was thinking for those pale gold ones, if I sprayed some of this into the cap and then used it like paint, I could maybe gild the edges of some of the petals, maybe on the dark ones as well if it works. I'm going to play around and find out. Fluff around and find out, as it were. Oh, yes. Let's see. Where did I get to? Poverty Pear says, how fun, are you going to make a video for that one? Yeah, the dirndl I've already started. Yes, I'm going to be doing a whole kind of like, this is my first Burda pattern. Let's see what happens. Nessie says, yay, I made it to alive. Hello. Lisa says, Sean, do it. And hi to Nessie. Is that the pattern thing? Mim says, I'm fine, thank you. Just making a mock-ups for the Simplicity 8910, Butterick 6320, and the McCalls 7892. So many mock-ups. Sarah says, even if you make patterns that aren't my style, I'd still purchase them to support you in the same way I've collected all of Angela Clayton's patterns. Oh, that's so lovely of you. Thank you. And I do the same. I have all of Angela Clayton's patterns as well. Even the ones that I am never going to make, I still have them because, yes, and I want to support her. Rotten Mouse says, hello, Nessie. Niway says, I'm back. Are we talking dirndl plans again? We are, but I've progressed, Niway. I have progressed. I traced the pattern out and I've altered it. I had to add 3/4 of an inch of length and take a good 4 inches out from the waist. But I've done it. I love that I've had to put fullness added to the back of the the peplum. Jane says, have subscribed to Burda for years. They are good patterns. There used to be so many more patterns in the older magazines. I wish they would do the patterns in all sizes. Patrons and October mags do. Yes, that pieced jacket dress that I showed you for the plus size ones. It's like, oh, I really want that for me. I really want it for me. It's lovely. Nessie says, love the dirndl kit. It's such good colours. I know. I'm so spoiled. Karen knows me so well. It's beautiful. Rotten Ralph says, I have a great love for dirndl. So many embellishments, so little time. I have not been sleeping, so my brain is not running efficiently at all. Oh, I'm sorry you're not sleeping. I know the lack of sleep and how that affects brain capacity. Nimue says, that'll be epic witch's hat. Pirate witch, hopefully. I still haven't brought the octopus to spray paint gold as the kind of buckle anchor point, and I need to do that. Caroline's hubby has very kindly offered to make me a little ship as well, so I need to make sure that all of these things are like detachable. So I think I'm going to try and wire the back of the octopus on so it can be wired on. I'm going to, like I say, fluff around and find out as we go. It'll be interesting. But yes, I've been looking at pirate hats on Pinterest, and I have pinned some good ones, I think. It's going to be thoroughly overly embellished, but we like that. And it's not as if, I mean, look at that. It's amazing. Totally amazing. Yeah, so Nessie says, very nice. Those will go nicely on a hat. Yes, I think so. I think so. Fox says, going to have lunch. I will rewatch later. Bye, peeps. Thank you for joining us, Fox. Jojo says, your witch's hat is going to look epic. Thank you. Rotten Ralph says, enjoy your lunch to Vox. And Nessie says, have a good lunch to Vox. And Jojo says, goodbye to Vox. Danny says, I'm off to walk Gruff. Might pop back in later if you're still streaming. Enjoy your walk with Gruff. Karen says, hi, Sean. You can do it. You have every confidence in your skills. You've already tackled the most difficult part, tracing the pattern. I was certain I have told you that the fabric is not pure silk. It's from my memory, it's 70% viscose and 30% silk. So it did not cost me an arm and a leg. Whatever it cost you, it's still super priceless to me because it was a wonderful present from you, Karen. So yeah, that's what today's plan was supposed to be, is cutting out the muslins, the calico for this, so that I could sew that up this afternoon to test the fit. And then I don't think it's actually, once it's fitting correctly, I actually don't think it's going to be that long a project. But the fabric is absolutely beautiful. You like went above and beyond, Karen, so thank you. And it's lovely to see you pop up because I know you watch, but you don't chat very often, so it's lovely to see that you're here. So thank you. Thank you very much. Lisa says, Sean, can you advise a really simple garment to make for a beginner? I live in t-shirt, jumpers, and jeans. I'm not a dress or a skirt person. Right. So I would say you want to try. You're going to want to try a top then, realistically, because of the types of clothes that you like to wear. So a top. And if you want it to be a woven one, I would go for like a very simple sort of like t-shirt shaped top, but maybe from a woven fabric. Although knits are not that hard. Pick a cotton jersey to start with, not a viscose jersey like this one, because this one is a little bit sort of like slinky and shifty. But yeah, pick a pick like a t-shirt style top, and so few seams, few shaping things. You want maybe like a cotton lawn, because it will have a little bit of drape, which because the fabrics that are easier to work with tend to be stiffer, and that kind of shape in a stiffer fabric will look very, very boxy. And if that's what you like, that's totally fine. But yeah, like a cotton lawn is a nice one to start with, and you can get some inexpensive plain cotton lawns to try out. Like the ones that I use for lining are £4 to £5 per meter. So it will have a bit of drape to it, but not. It will still be easy enough to work with. But that would be kind of what I would suggest, I think. Does anyone else have any pearls of wisdom on that front? Rotten Ralph says that is beautiful. I think you're talking about the hat, and yes, it is. And like I say, Caroline's hubby is going to make me a little boat, little sailing ship to go on the front. But mine's going to have the witch's kind of point to the hat. My friend Paul has just said it's easier to fly a rocket to Mars than make whatever this is about the Burda pattern. That's too funny. Oh, right. Christine McConnell, where are you, my lovely? Come here. Christine McConnell and witch's hat. So yeah, that's the tutorial that I'm going to be following. I'm going to go for a big brim like that, but not that shape. I'm going to have it kind of like curved up at one side, like a tricorn, and then maybe kind of like sweeping down on the other side. Yeah, that's the tutorial that I'm going to follow. It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. Lisa says, okay, thank you. Do you recommend any particular brand of pattern? Uh, I would say I would say you want you yeah. I would say you wanna go for something that has a lot of hand holding with it, so one of the indie patterns, which are more expensive than the big 5 or, the conglomerate that now is not really a conglomerate. They're not like a huge company, but they have all of the patterns under one site under one umbrella. Their website is terrible, everyone's complaining about it. Something Delightful was not the best, but it was much easier to navigate than the Simplicity website. I absolutely hate that website, and like I said, I'm not the only one complaining about it. Um but yeah, you want something with a lot of hand holding. There's a lot of assumed knowledge in sort of McCall's Vogue. I wouldn't say go for Vogue. Butterick patterns. Simplicity, slightly better. New Look, again, slightly better. But an indie pattern, I think somebody suggested Seamwork. Um, Grain Line, um, from Susan. So yeah, you want to go with something. Somebody suggested Tilly and the Buttons. You want to go for something that has a lot of hand holding that will talk you through every step of the way, like you are a beginner because you are. So you want something that doesn't have an assumption of knowledge on your part. So I would say one of the indie pattern companies. Rock Ralph says I have a hat problem. I think I might do as well if this turns out well. Lisa says, thank you to, Nimue says to Lisa, a top in a cooperative knit wouldn't be too difficult. If you like the style, the Tilly and the Buttons has a great instructions. I started with the Cocoa and learned a lot. No need for a serger. Yeah, that's a really good idea as well. I do like the Cocoa. It wouldn't be the kind of thing that I would wear, but I love it on everybody else. It's gorgeous. So that's a good one. Yeah. Lisa says, thanks to Nimue. We'll check that out. Susan says, hi, Shannon Peeps. A good simple pattern is the grain light scapped tee. It is for woven fabrics. Awesome. Linda's here. Why does the green series remind me of the Grinch? I hadn't even put that together, but yeah, now that you've said it, definitely. Nessie says to Lisa, I think Seamwork would have some good, easy t-shirt style patterns. Right, Ralph says, I have a lot of hats. I did have a lot of hats, but I kind of fell out of wearing them. I think it was like trying to do the hair underneath. Um, it's the same. Like I found myself very infrequently reaching for jumpers, and I love them, but I do like the ability to easily regulate my temperature by putting on and taking off layers. And for some reason, jumpers are just like a step too far for me. They have to go over my head. No. So yeah. Lisa says, thanks to Nessie. Debbie says, sometimes I wonder how our great grandmothers got on with La Mode Illustré. Those pattern sheets are something else. Oh, I haven't even seen them, but if they're anything like that Burda one, like, eh? Rotten Ralph says to Debbie, spaghetti patterns are not the easiest. Lisa says, going to look at the grain line and see work patterns. Thanks for all of the advice. You're very welcome. I have been waffling at you for nearly 2 hours, and I have done absolutely zero cutting out. That's the joy of no sleep, for sure. So I am going to. Sorry, I sort of froze in mid-sentence there, didn't I? And talking about no sleep, I'm now yawning at you. I am going to call it a day. So I have no idea when I'm going to get all of these things done, but I'm hoping for a Tuesday video of me cleaning out my knit dresses, and that I think I'm going to have to film and edit tomorrow. And Mum wants me to help. Oh, sorry, the dog's just poked her head around the curtains of the front room. It was very cute. Um, yeah, Mum wants me to help prep some dessert and starter for the dinner party they're holding here on Monday night. They have an annual cards night. There's 3 houses that they alternate between, and tomorrow night it's at our house. So Mum wants me to do that as well tomorrow. Tomorrow technically is going to end up being my day off, I think. Then I want to get the Burda dirndl done, which I'm hoping will be Friday's video. And then I'm hoping to have the Burda dirndl done fairly quickly, because if it fits with only minor tweaks, as I say, that's a quick pattern to sew up. There's not a lot of pieces to it. It should be quite a quick make. So I'm hoping that's going to be Friday's video. And then I'm hoping that I will have been able to do that like on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then start working on the witch's hat to have the witch's hat video out for Halloween, which is a Tuesday. That's the plan. So obviously there will be a Zoom call for the Patreon $10 and $15 peeps on Wednesday, which I've already scheduled. I think most of you are here and know about that already. Thank you for letting me cancel and flake on you on Wednesday last week. I was not up for it at all. So yeah, that was very much appreciated of you. So yeah, that's the Wednesday for the Patreon for $10 and $15 tier peeps. Then I'm also going to put out Patreon waffle, which will probably be Saturday again. And I want to start doing shorts again as well, because I do enjoy them. But the thing is, I've started getting dressed up there and I need to pick my outfit, bring it all down here and film the short down here. So yeah, that's what I need to do. But that's the plan for this week. And sleep is overrated and for the week, right? I'm also getting my nails done on Friday, I think. Might go for a chocolatey brown and teal colorway. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week. Let's see. Rock Mouse says, let's take a nap. Joker Cleese Ties says, time for an afternoon nap. Noel. Una says, thank you. Sue says, thank you for the chat. Have been listening while sewing. Lisa says, it's been nice distraction from my grief chatting with you all. Thank you so much. Jojo says, it's been a fab chat with you all. Bye. Have a lovely week. You too. Ta-ta for now from Rotten Ralph. Vanessa says, sleep is important, says the person who got up at 4:30 a.m. Yeah. we can do it, all of it, so we can do it. But yeah, thank you so much. There'll be a hangout next Sunday as well, so thank you very, very much for everybody for hanging out with me today and listening to me waffle about all the different things I wanted to do and not actually do the thing that I said I was going to do, because I mean, you know, why would I? So I will see you all live next Sunday, but then fingers crossed there will be all those videos during the week as well. Fingers crossed, we shall see. Anyway, I'll say good night. So good night, good afternoon. So bye.